Muy buenos días en América Latina, muy buenas
Good
noches.
morning, friends from Latin America, and good evening from China. Welcome to this webinar forum series on cultural theme of Great Beauty China, modern Chinese fashion design. This webinar will presented simultaneously in English, Chinese, Portuguese, and Spanish. You can choose the language you want to listen to at the bottom of the screen. On behalf of the CLEC, Latin American and the Caribbean Center, we welcome you to this event. Our center in Latin America and Caribbean is dedicated to the teaching of Chinese language, to the promotion of Chinese culture in public, private, national government, local government, higher education institutions, and primary and secondary educational institutions. In recent years, we have witnessed the exponential growth of China's fashion industry, which has been recognized as a global creative and commercial force. It is fair to say that China, with its rich history and tradition, has skillfully blended aesthetics and cultural heritage into the modern designs. In today's seminar, we will discuss the evolution of Chinese fashion, its uniqueness, and its connection to Chinese culture and traditional arts. Once again, we would like to welcome you and thank you all for attending. Before start, we invite you to leave your comments and questions in the section at the bottom of the screen. All the contents of today's workshop were recorded and posted on our YouTube channel. If you wish to learn more about cultural events and workshops we organized, you can check our official website and social media. We will also share this information in our chat window. In addition, all workshops CLEC are free of charge. We will give you certificates to those participants who attend 80% of the workshops, and this data will be automatically available through the Zoom platform. The certificates will be sent directly to your registered email address in the next few weeks. Now, let's welcome Gong Hangyu. Graduated from Wuhan University in 1996, has traveled nearly 40 countries since then. National Dragon Award China Design Industry Top 10, International Ambassador of Qipao Culture in many countries, Hoyt. A creative master of Chinese fashion aesthetics, deputy director of National Style Special Committee of China Fashion Association, and is known as the first person of modern qipao by the media, and independently developed the brand of 12 Xiangdai with qipao as core. Built and wrote the cultural output to 27 countries and has been the cultural ambassador of 3 countries. 2022, 12 Xiangdai was selected as the International Cultural Exchange Training and Exhibition Project 2020 Spring Festival Cultural Drama Warm Happiness Artistic Director, Design and Production of more than 200 sets of qipao. 2019, as 100 Chinese arts and crafts masters selected for the United Nations World Stamp Global Distribution. 2019, honored on the United States NASDAQ Big Screen Global. 2018, awarded the China Textile Non-Foreign Heritage Special Contribution Award. 2018, Brand Designer for the United Nations China Culture Day exhibition. 2017, Custom Designer for the Forbidden City exhibition of the Wives of 28 Heads of the State of the Belt and Road. 2015 Designer of the Milan Expo. 2015 Designer of the Mercedes-Benz China International Fashion Week. And today, she will give us the lecture of modern qipao style and design. Thank you so much. Thank you all. Let's welcome Gong Hangyu. Hello, everyone. It's a great honor to join this webinar and to communicate with the apparel culture. Today, I will to introduce the traditional qipao of China, and we match in the modern fashion. I will share my screen.
Profesora Kong, no la vemos.
视频好像打开了，但是好像也看不到，怎么有点？
Okay, let's wait a minute.
我视频打开了，看得到吗？我视频打开，但是不知道为什么看不到。啊，行，那这样，那我就开始讲了，好吗？
Okay, now
这样 OK 吗？
let's start.
Perfecto, puede empezar, señora Kong.
啊，那我就那么呢，今天我讲的是现代旗袍的风格与穿
Today
搭
I
设计。
will introduce the modern qipao style and outfit.
也介绍过了。
Just now, the
因为武汉大学
host
然后在
introduced me.
40个国家进行游学之后呢，又把
I graduated from Wuhan University and traveled more than 40 countries. And I bring the qipao into the more than 30 countries to exhibit. And the traditional apparel matches the modern fashion. It can match into the international part. Today I will introduce the fashion. Qipao is not only an apparel, and it's also a state of the culture and the history. I hope my lecture, today's lecture, and can expand the Chinese fashion. Today, I will introduce from 4 parts to share. First one is the style of traditional clothing, aesthetics. The second is occasional aesthetics. Generally, we can say the qipao is suitable for any occasion, and we can match in the modern fashion. Qipao has many possibilities to any occasions. The third part is the match of art of traditional clothing, and to match all the accessories. The last part is the unique apparel and the cultural and the beauty of the traditional clothing. So firstly, it's the modern qipao style, and we think all the apparel is influence the and appear the cultures. If we, for example, the 12 Shandai, it have different style. From the apparel, we can see a traditional qipao is stable and mature and delicate. It can appear the natural, the cordial, and casual for the Oriental female. And for this apparel, it also have so charming. It can appear Chinese woman's charming, gorgeous, and mysterious, and femininity, especially for the accessories. Another one is when through the style and the design of qipao, it can appear the Oriental females, the noble, and it's different from the young girl. And it appears their noble and elegant sense and delicate. It can appeal the elegant and the femininity and match some accessories. You can see the Oriental aesthetics. Now we can show on some model and the Carol female. The first female is very stable and noble. The second, with the Chinese elements apparel, it can appear the delicate and demure, the sense of demure and the Oriental sense. The third is from the red color, and it appears very feminine. And the sense of culture and the sense of fashion appears very concretely. And the last female from the ceramic, it can appear from the red, blue, and white to reflect on the Oriental aesthetics. It's also to match the Chinese Oriental characters and the culture to match. It can appear the pretty. And the next, we use the same color to appear the Oriental females, the fashionable part. It can express the Oriental females' curves and the elegance. And it can match the modern design. And for the Chinese painting, it can appear the Oriental charming. It's not only an apparel, it can open to appear the modern beauty. The next is occasion of qipao. For example, for the modern female, it's not only in the house. It's as a traditional apparel, it can appear the female to match the modern lifestyle. We can use it. We can wear it in the business, daily life, banquet, and the parent-child. And this is in some work occasions, it can appear you're independent, you're fashionable. And from this qipao, it's also a fashion apparel. It brought your initiative of the cognitive of the modern fashion. Also, second, use this clothing fabrics is a different sense of it. The third, except silk, it match with the cotton. It expresses the stable and demure, and make qipao in different seasons to express different matches in different occasions. The next is daily life qipao. In the left part, you can see it's from the minority ethnic nationalities. It can appear the different part of the traditional culture. We use different printing and use different paintings. It makes the traditional things change into very fashionable. Even if in sports, you can wear this traditional and modern apparels. And as the banquet, and it appears our noble and charming and elegant. For the female, for the young female, especially I choose the female more than 70 years old. I want to express this banquet these Chinese elements, the elegant and charming, and in different age periods, they can appear, they can express their beauty in their age. For some older female, it also can express their beauty. We use these Chinese elements. It's very simplified and fashionable. It can express their noble and femininity. And next one is for all the mothers and children. It's a parent-child qipao. It's combined with the mother and the children. It expresses very sympathetic. It's match the culture and the culture. This is the fashion life of qipao, and we brought these aspects to it's have different design and different parts of qipao. We have different design and different parts. It's close to our daily life. It appears our colorful life. And this is the material and the season of qipao. Except the traditional silk, we can use other fabrics and use one thing to experience the Chinese beauty. Also, we can use the materials of denim to jeans to combine with qipao, and it expresses a different type of the beauty. And the last part, and use them to combine with the Chinese painting and to express the different parts of the profession. And from the match of qipao, we can match on the coat, shawl, pants, and bags, and a trench in different season has different beauty. From the skills of the printing and the fabrics, different materials and different topics can use it very widely. It's a very important part for our traditional and modern match. And next is the match of qipao. The winter is coming and we can match the caps. We can show it in the stage and in daily life. We have any accessories, for example, the gloves, bags, fan, and the cap. And it's matched into our daily life. It can appear the different and colorful fashionable life. And the other accessories for the non-foreign heritage, for now the textiles fabrics, and different clothing fabrics, and can match different accessories. And for example, the pearl, the amber, and the jade can match with the qipao. Another part is the besides the fashion, because besides the fashion part, qipao also can express the culture and the tradition. It can appear the Oriental, the international style of modern qipao. For example, the Qinghua ceramic, and to use the Chinese elements. It's the international. In the first picture, in the world Miss World, some a world banquet as banquet, and we use the qipao to match the modern part, and it can show the different femininity and beauty. It shows in the international stage. And next, in San Francisco part, in the art museum, we are invited into the museum and we match the Chinese beauty into the international beauty. And most of the hosts and guests are very surprised by the elements of the Chinese. And the qipao is the cultural characteristics of qipao. In some of the tea break, in different activities, qipao as a very inspiring characteristics in different parts can match different parts. It can shows the different lives. As the artistic specialities in Shanghai and Ningbo in some theater, you can find we match qipao with the art we use in some printing, in some dance, in every different art and with the different clothes. So we use the art characteristics of qipao. We match in different types of performance. It can make more young people to love the traditional apparels. It's a new art styles. Also, qipao can come into our daily life, and we can match in the TV plays and different movies, from the theater, from the opera. The qipao matches with the dance and is a wild show. We can through the TV plays, through the theaters, through the opera, we can use qipao to show the qipao into all the different performance and make the people to love the oriental elements beauty. Last, when qipao match with different the types of the performance, is oriental beauty is seldom from the ancient times. The complicated, contaminated Qin poetry books precipitated by time, landscape in simple evolution. Okay, thank you so much. I look forward to your reply and communications. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Tuve la oportunidad hace unos años atrás de conocer la tienda de la profesora, de la diseñadora Kong, y ver la maravilla de modelos que ella ha creado, sobre todo en un qipao actual muy, muy hermoso. Así que felicitaciones, señora Kong. A continuación, vamos a presentar a la profesora Tu Huan.
Now, let's welcome Du Quan, professor of Beijing Fashion Institute and the School of Fashion Art and Engineering. Her main research is design management, brand planning, and management. Graduated from the Academy of Fine Arts, Tsinghua University, master's degree from the School of Art and Design, University of Wolverhampton, UK. Visiting scholar at Kent State University School of Fashion, USA, and Beijing Normal University School of Arts and Communication. Published papers, articles, knowledge flow model construction in design project process in design January 2023. The derivative market of culture and creative brand Da Zao in modern artworks and papers, June 2022, derivative market exploration and design practice in June 2022, research on the emotional design approach of jewelry products under the perspective of national trend in September 2021 in Chinese germs. Let's welcome Du Juan.
好的，谢谢主持人的介绍。刚刚呢，龚老师
Thank you for your explanation. It's very
感谢这个主办方呢搭建了这样的一个平台，让我们
thank you for the host have this opportunity to share this Chinese modern clothes. Today's topic is the trend of silk apparel in Chinese elements trend.
那刚刚呢，这个主持人呢已经
Just now the host introduced me.
那我叫杜鹃
My name is Du Juan.
大学美术学院
I graduated from the Tsinghua University and I was an overseas student in UK. I worked in Beijing Clothes, Fashion and Clothes University. Recently, I designed in the trend in Chinese elements trend. Today's topic, I divided two parts. I will introduce the silk new craft in Chinese new e-commerce. The e-commerce is mainly in Taobao and TikTok. And next, I will show some the papers and the works from the students. And it's collected from the graduate works in Beijing Fashion Clothes University. And I want to show the design and their attitude and their cognitive in the silk design. The first one is the silk new craft in Chinese new e-commerce.
Oh, 我这个确实在一直播放，要不然的话，我是不是可以行，那我就这样子吧。
Okay.
哎，好，那我稍微放大一点，这样会不会效果好一些？好嘞。好的，好的，好，那我继续了。
I will continue of this.
我用了中国文化当中的这个精气神呢来概括。
I use the Chinese culture is 精气神 for these three traditional silks. It's the jacquard fabrics, glossy fabric, and printed silk. The first one, I will introduce the jacquard fabric. This skills is a very ancient skills. The jacquard. And when the textile this is already with the flowers, and it expresses a very stable, elegant, and the atmosphere. And you cannot see these flowers is very clearly. And this fabric is so popular in some high-level customers, and it can experience for the nature of life. It's very completed. It has a big mode of life. And next is the embossed jacquard. We'll look into the materials of the jacquard. It's a very wide cognitive of the jacquard. It's also included some pure silk and also from including some cotton. We should see the materials, and from our eyes we cannot recognize it's a pure silk of it can clothe the fiber. For the silk jacquard is from the long side, you can see it's just one color, but when you see very closely, you can see the change of the color, and you can see like the Chinese painting. It's very shocked. And the next one, second, the fabric is glossy fabric. This fabric is glass silk satin, and this is very glossy. And this fabric is very suitable for Chinese people for the very with the it can use is very sound fashionable and suitable for the Chinese young people. It's suitable for the style of the Chinese modern elements trend. Also, it has the man-made materials. It has the different prices you can choose. And from this is island silk satin. It's with the glossy of nature. It can suitable for all the shirts, and its experience is very luxury. And this is a pearl satin. These materials and fabric, it looks very soft. It's suitable for the high-level banquet and for the shirts. And from this picture, you can see the pure silk and the different materials. And for the skills, we can use for the skills of satin and different skills. And for the silk satin, it can express the different and changeable the eyesight. The third is printed silk. This printed silk is very popular in commerce. It's one type of very popular silk materials. For the printed design is different from this brand and from the state of the brand and from the trend, we can change into different design, and it's changeable and it's no limit. We can, from the e-commerce, we can see the brand, they use the printed silk. It's very different. From the what has mentioned above, we can see I collected from the different apps, and I conclude in this chart. The second part is firstly, I will introduce the lifestyle products. Now you can see for the young students, it's not only to design the traditional clothes, but also to design the digital skills and communicative skills to express their cognitive and concepts. You can see a series of works. The students want to express the emotions of the consumers. They use different the materials and different printers to express the change of the emotions of the consumer. When you wear these clothes and when you take the specs, it can appear your personality and the colors will changeable. So it has a communicative with the consumers. And for this part, you can see the right picture. It's a product for the music theater, and the concept is communicative with the consumer. And for the you can touch the conditioner to play the music. It's not only a clothes. It's not only a clothes, and you can use the different parts and to play the music. It's the man-made fabrics. It's not a pure silk. Pure silk is very slight, and it will appear the conditioner in this clothes. So it's a man-made materials. It can appear, it can express and match with the digital parts and traditional parts. And now the modern students match the silk materials with other materials, and it can build a new eyesight. It can reflect the glossy and the color with the clothes. For these generations, the works use the pure silk and the non-foreign heritage to match. And this mutton flower, for the transliteration, it means lucky and wishes. So it uses a natural silk and with the bronze silk, with the bronze to see it. It's used for the China's traditional delications. So the students combined with the traditional materials with the modern materials. And this works, they pay more attention on the modern lifestyle. The works is based on the clothes materials and clothes design. Now we know the children cannot concentrate on for a long time. So they use the colorful color and lightning color and to use the man-made silk to training the concentrations of the children. And this pure silk is superior than other materials and to help the workers to show the concept of the design. Next is clothing shoes and bows. Now we can see for the students, the serious works, it appears that suitable for all the TV plays and the films. They contracted with the ancient and Western countries elements. But they use some modern elements melt into these shoes. They use some textile and traditional elements into these booths and to appear the traditional and the modern details. So in this, we can see these shoes. In these shoes, there are many interesting elements. When you look these shoes very clearly, you can see some flowers and tattoos in these shoes. And in these two works, the left picture is a dress. It can explain the elegance of the beauty for females. And for the silk, we use the printed silk and cut the different types, and it can appeal the different views of the site. And with the advancement of the neutral carbon oxide, we opened a very green experience in the young people want to break the traditional design concept and to broaden their limits and to combine with the different and advanced materials match with the natural fabrics. Okay, this works. It's apparently to appear the elements use the India elements. And for the students, they redesign and change all the elements. It's suitable for the different occasions and for some opera stage.
那这件作品呢，
This
大家可以看到
works,
就是在
as you
这
can
个
see,
服装
for
面料的选择
for
上面
all the
有
materials and for the
像深蓝
it's
色的这个
light
重
blue
度和渐冰
and to the dark
胸
blue.
前呢还有一些宛若绽放的一些丝绸的一些花
There
朵的一些烟
are
火
many
作
silk
品
flowers
给人的一种融入了
in these shoes.
像
It
这个
makes
情
people
啊
to can feel the history
上元
and
上
the
在一
modern
起
fashion
所以
elements
巧妙
to
地
match.
衬出
It's
一种东方的一种神韵，所以
it's
给人感
express
觉呢，有一种
it expresses
这种古
the
代
beauty
这
of the
样的一种
Oriental
神
and
韵。
Chinese and China.
好，那我再往下介绍这个纺织产品类的作品是
Next is
多的
textile design.
那我们这个服装学院里面啊，这个
For our
服装类的产
school,
品，比如
for
说
the textile products,
针织物的设计，
we have
服
many
装配件
innovative
或者是这个
design,
空间的设计，包括呢这个学生
including
纺织品的这
the
种图案
students
色彩上面会有
we
很
use
多的
different
样子
color
那
and
那
to
那
have
么
some
我
very
做的哈这些
innovative design. As you can
是
see,
呢
for the
是
silk
艺术的这种
materials,
创作
accessories,
创作者
and
呢
design,
图呢会
they
通
want to
过这
try
个
to
图还有色
broaden
彩的
the
边界
painting
去
and
细腻
the
地
colors
把
limits,
应用
and
在
they
不同
use
的
different
比如说
series,
比如说它可以做
they
成
use
多
different
件
series
做成这种
elements
可以
into
因为
different
是包
products.
包
For
包
example,
壳的
silk
大家
scarf
会看到
and
很
bags
多的
and
不同的这
caps
种
and different
作品
accessories.
的形式所以这个丝巾上面大家可以看到
For the
像花
silk
图
scarf,
可
you
以
can see
很
the
缤纷
printed
色彩
silk
那
is very
同学们呢
colorful.
就试图
For the
就想
students, they
丝
want
巾
to
的这
see
种图案
for the
是
silk
很好
scarf,
看的，能不能
the
把这个丝
printing,
巾这样的一种非常缤
we
纷
can
多彩
use
多样貌的
this
样
silk
形
scarf
式呢
printing
转移到其他
into
的
and
室内的软装
transfer
所以它
into
可以
the
比如说在笔记
for
本
the
封面
decorations
甚至说
for
在
some in some notebook and some furnitures and other accessories
还有图案的
and use this colorful
那我们可以看到这种丝巾
and we can see for the silk scarf
还有呢直接呢把这种丝巾的
we can
这样直接用在
directly
上面所以它的这种
put these all the colorful elements into the bags and its paintings and its color and the students want to try make the more innovative elements into the different accessories. Also, the students use to the silk scarf to paint like a painting and a picture. And also they use this silk scarf into the bird cage and other furnitures. They can use they can use this one type of things into different occasions, and it broad your imaginations. Now, most of students and put some Chinese traditional topic into their design. For example, this series they use the Chinese traditional operas starings into the different occasions. They try to change the face of the tradition. They use the more colorful and lightning color to explain the traditional elements.
看还会有
When we
其他
fold this scarf, you can use it. Also, you can unfold all of this silk scarf. It can be as a decoration in your house. And this works is very interesting. The concept of the design, they use the steam and other materials through the digital printed and different skills to match, to create a colorful painting. It explores the traditional elements. It looks like embossed jacquard. This works. This series is interesting, and the students like the cartoon and the elements of this. So when they were child, they like playing mobile games and the cartoon. They put these cartoon elements into the traditional design, and they use is very colorful and rainbowing color into all the design. It's a big atmosphere. The people, they want to make a serious works in the world. It matches with the Chinese traditional painting, and they redesign and have more innovations. For most of people, for the silk, for all the students, through the innovative skills and the new design, put the traditional silk. And for all the umbrella, for the umbrellas, the painting are so different. And for the materials, it's not so innovative. So they want to exhibit all the umbrella to put new creative elements into the umbrella. So for the last part, and to design the clothes for the children, also through the silk, printed silk, and for the color is more colorful, and want to express they are very young, and for other students, they want to use other side to express the silk. They want to use a new skills to express the different style. And we can see a series of works. It's mainly uses a gray and black color, and use this printed silk. It can express the different traditional silk is very different. It's changeable, and the style is totally different. There are many different colors. When we close to see it, there are many details in this clothes. So for all the design from the students, they want to express the silk, traditional silk, the charming of the traditional silk. They want to use the redesign, and for the consumers' demand, they want to put the creative concept into the traditional silk. In the meantime, for the pajama and the clothes, they also use this silk materials. They want to design a very unique fabrics and paintings. There are some very elegant and soft color, and some are very different. It can experience the different characters of the consumer. They can use in some furniture and for the house decorations and all the products to express the different silk beauty. It's diverse and it's so different. Every student has their own emotions. For some, the pillows, others products of clothes, it not only use the traditional silk materials, they also use other skills to match these traditional silks. It can express the embossed and use different skills and to express the different parts.
那有一些同学呢，就是喜欢
For some
花花
students,
花
they
彩
want to very dramatic,
所以比
dramatic
如说在剪裁上
clothes.
面，
And
包括
you can
工艺
see of the
和
cutting
结
and
构上面，
skills
包括色彩的最终的展现的效果上面啊，
and
这个
for all the
这上面是比
characteristics
较的
is so
突
dramatic.
出啊，或者是效果呀，比较的这个让人觉得眼前一亮啊，非常的具有视觉的冲击力。所以现在同学们这个
So up to now, for the students use the materials of silk, they want to find the creative and innovative part and to break the limit of the traditional silk. So they want to have the imaginative and creative concept. So you want to have the big survey in the market and what is the trend and what's the what the popular is. They collect all the statistics and to find a good market and they match all the traditional elements into the modern elements and they use this Assyrians works. It's very materials. The main color is black. In the meantime, you can see other works. They use the Chinese traditional printed skills. It's different from the traditional printed. It's a creative printed. They want to put the creative color into the products. So it's different from with the traditional products of the printed. Including some sports clothes, for some ballet and figure skating, and for swimming clothes, they want to break the limits into the different sports clothes. It want to express the energy of the athletes. And for all the decorations of a house, it appears the countryside beauty. And some students like the natural beauty. They use the plants and animals into their design. It's energetic. And for the calligraphy into the silk, we have the new exploration, and we use the digital printed into all the clothes. Next is art installations. For all the installations, it prefers to pure art. It focuses on the philosophy of the designers, and it concentrates on the considerations for the modern life. And for the materials, it's not only the silk, and follow their concept, they want to find suitable materials to express their concept and their design core. And they use different materials. It's comprehensive. It's not only for one material. And for this designer, they want to endless regeneration, and they want to express to some insects from alive to death, because this lifetime is very short. They want to use this installation to express the life to death. It's a new installations. They use man-made fibers to build these installations. They use just one materials to combine with different parts. It's very shocked in this exhibition. They use the pearl satin materials
好，
to express.
这是我今天呢跟
Okay,
在
this
座的各位呢去分享的哈。
this is
这个
my
国潮中国的
presentations
趋势。那
of the
那我
trend
把
of the
这个
silk
全部介绍
apparel
一
in
下。
Chinese
啊，
elements
如果这个在
trend.
过程当中呢有这个不足之处呢，还请
If I have some
各位
shortcomings,
指正啊。非常
and
感谢大家的聆听，谢谢。
thank you for your listening. Thank you so much.
Muchas gracias,
Thank
profesora.
you so
Ha
much.
sido muy interesante conocer
It's very
la
interesting
queja
for your
que tienen
presentations.
los alumnos respecto de las nuevas tecnologías, el uso de la seda en los distintos diseños, no solamente de vestidos, sino que de distintos artefactos, algo muy contemporáneo y muy creativo. Muchas gracias. Sin duda habrán preguntas para...
Thank you so much.
Y ahora queremos
Now,
por
let's
último invitar
welcome
con ustedes
Jing
a
Hui.
la profesora Jin Hui.
She is currently the Dean of the College of Arts Professor and Master's Tutor of South China Agriculture University, one of the top 10 fashion designers in China, and is a promotion ambassador of China's textile non-foreign heritage. Also a member of the fashion art community of the China Fashion Designers Association, a member of China's Council of the Asian Fashion Federation, and a vice president of Guangdong Fashion Designers Association, director of Guangdong Fashion Innovation Design Engineering Technology Center, with a deep cultural heritage and a unique understanding of Chinese national custom culture. She has become a pioneer in the internationalization and fashionization of Chinese traditional custom culture. She has made important contributions to the development of Guangdong's garment industry, was awarded the Best Design Award for the official uniform of the 16th Asian Games, and the honoring the title of Salute to the Centuries, Model of the Non-Foreign Heritage. Publications, fashion drawing, human body dynamics, clothing effects, clothing design basis, innovative design of Asian Chinese customs. Let's breaking the cocoon into a butterfly, heritage of the Franklin year and fashionable design. Let's welcome the Professor Jin. All the friends from the Latin America and from China, hello everyone. Thank you so much for the host to build a platform to communicate, and today I will share the development trend of clothing under the post-pandemic. Since 2020, the world has been greatly affected by the pandemic, and all aspects of economic and social development has been impacted. There are many obstacles to foreign trade and exchange, and the clothing industry has also withstood the test. Against the complex background, more and more people pay attention to physical and mental health and environmental protection. As people continue to pursue sports, comfort, and health, consumers can see that more brands strive to improve comfortable life and personal happiness. Timely launch products series inspired by various sports and launch sustainable, innovative fabrics in response to the double carbon policy, build a production, life, and ecological development aesthetics with practical actions, and achieve high quality development of entire industry guided by green development. The first one is introduce a new style. The dopamine color leads the trend of sports leisure, and different brands into the lightning colors. Second is comfortable home living. For the skin care, has developed a line of garments containing antioxidant fabrics. The collection includes the beautifully tailored unisex style shirts, dress pants, and shorts. Next is plant fiber. With the consumer goods market gradually strengthening environmental awareness, New fibrous textiles thus get more attention and development. Plant-derived new natural fibers not only reduce the waste of plant resources, but also strengthen the health effects fiber fabrics on the human body. And health awareness to promote the concept of sports and fitness gradually into the heads of people. The revenue of the related industries driven by the ice and snow sports involved the Winter Olympic Games. And from the baseball and have the new sports equipments. And for the elite sports, for example, golf and tennis, they want to seal the labels. They put the fashion elements into the two sports. They contain the traditional elements and to put the lightning fashion elements into it. Last year, the national lifestyle and psychological attitudes changing. The proportion of sportswear is increasing. Last August, Louis Vuitton launched a luxury bicycle, LV bike, jointly created by LV and Pearson Bicycle manufacturers and Mason Tyler and the created by Louis Vuitton. And spring-summer 2022 shows and they making comfortable sportswear to the standard for the daily life. The size of the Chinese camping market were around 700 billion in 2020, with the annual growth rate of 40%, and the market size is expected to reach the 2 trillion in the next 5 to 10 years. Self-driving tours, RVs with luxury and exquisite camping are gradually becoming more popular among the middle class in China, becoming an outdoor leisure lifestyle in the era of experience-based economy. Outdoor culture has become popular in the context of a life full of the disconformation and has gradually spread to many fields such as life, culture, fashion, and environmental protection. And camping has become a super buzzword that cannot be bypassed in the outdoor trend. In recent years, camping has become a new lifestyle choice for young urbanities, breaking the circle from the hardcore outdoor enthusiasts. And multimodal fine camping has become a new way of life people to relieve the urban stress. Enter the digital age rapidly. With the growth of digital consumption, the use of mature technology, and the prevalence of the metaverse, more individualistic young consumers are expressing themselves in the virtual world. Many brands have been slow to embrace digital channels, given that we were living in unprecedented times that more people are buying products online than ever before. Brands have no choice but to accelerate their digital transformation. All digital initiatives are designed to meet consumer needs and strengthen the emotional bond with consumers. The pandemic presents major opportunities and challenges for the digital creative industry. Look around the world. The digital creative industry has formed a three-pronged project pattern in America, Asia, and Europe. While many developing countries, including on the other hand, the digitalization of trade objects, elements, and services in the form of data are increasingly become important trade objects, which not only greatly enhance the accessibility and traditional service industries, but also nurture the global market and cloud computing, big data, and other emerging digital service industries. This is Bored Apes. Apes universe has become very popular. China Li Ning seized the digital trend, business opportunity, and immediately reacted quickly to announce the joint cooperation with Bored Ape. It's a virtual fashion brand designed to attract the Generation Z consumers has also emerged. Chinese brand digital initiatives are landing in a multi-dimensional way, such as virtual clothing, virtual show lives, virtual goods shops, virtual IP NFT digital collections. The digital age has given rise to a variety of innovative communication, marketing, and sales. American sports is AI plus game plus culture empower the marketing scene, giving intelligence to NPCs stronger interaction ability, accurate content generation model for some game sessions, real-time generation. In the future, better experience of nurturing games, part of contents and a scene can be pre-created or generated in real time by the AI GC and NPCs have certain autonomous behavioral capability. This last year, we cooperated with the NetEase game World 3. We use the virtual clothes combined with the real clothes, make the virtual into the real. This last year, we cooperated with the NetEase game. It's a Western world. The third part is the cultural confidence, ignited national fashion. Since entering the new era, the rise of China's comprehensive national strength and cultural confidence has become fait accomplished. National style and national tide has become keyword in the daily life. At the same time, in the context of globalization, we must also see the advocating the construction of the subjective of Chinese design, not only a part with the trend of globalization, but to condense its own advantages and establish itself with Chinese design with subjectivity. In the pop culture recent years, national culture are widely sought after by the young people. It is an obvious fact that the Chinese youth has become the driving force behind the reversal of the national culture, reviving the traditional elements, bring the Chinese elements to the world at the same time. China is already become the most important market for the clothing. This is Armani works. They use the Chinese elements into their clothes design. This is the Tan Yanyu works. They use the Dunhuang elements and use the different traditional elements into their design. This is the Gucci works. They use the traditional printings and the Chinese elements, put all the elements into their design. This is a Valentino. They put the dragon and other birds and use the river and the ocean, the elements into their design. This is the works of Zhao Huizhou in New York Fashion Week. They put the qipao elements and Miao and minority ethnic nationality and the dragon print painting into the modern design. They use the Chinese horse face dress into the modern clothes. At the same time, Prada's first fashion show to be held offline show after pandemic choose to stage a tier of two cities with the simultaneous shows in Milan, Prada's hometown, and Shanghai, China. This is the first time in the history of fashion that a brand shows its ready-to-wear collections in two different cities at the same time. Relying on China's perfect supply chain and a mature e-commerce system, more and more Chinese plans and brands are going out for the country and lay out overseas markets. For example, Zhihe, they opened shops in Japan and France. For the Danone, they opened shops in Tokyo and in Nanjing. Sima laid out the Middle East and Southeast Asian markets. Shein, the dark horse of cross-border fashion e-commerce, recently opened a 3-day offline flash store in Miami, US. In response to the overwhelming number of people in line for flash store, which has prevented some consumers from entering the store and caused conflicts in the queue, Shein introduced a special reservation system and received over 3,000 reservations, all of which have sold out in 2 hours. Sustainable fashion. For the global climate change becomes globalized disasters. It marked the world coming into the carbon neutrality. In recent years, Chinese textile industries is high energy and high contaminations from the traditional skills into the scientific skills. And the green industries to change, use the practical actions to build the life, the produce, and ecology's aesthetics, use the green development into the high quality development. China's Textile Industry Federation launched the China Fashion Brand Climate Innovation Carbon Neutral Acceleration Program. Support the first batch of 10 key fashion brand enterprises and 50 manufacturing enterprises for climate innovation access. Support the research, development, promotion, and application of green low-carbon technologies and comprehensively promote the credible low-carbon products and support the sustainable consumption. This is for the local fashion industry, the Peace Bird. They promise before 2046, they have 0 carbon dioxide and to achieve the carbon neutrality. And in Peace Bird 2025 anniversaries, they can use the QR code to produce the carbon neutrality. Orders, the new range of fabrics uses the polyester. You are made from the recycled plastic bottles after a post-industrial process. Zhihe adopted the innovative indigo dyeing technology. Easy-to-feed dyeing technology, which reduces the dye-base ratio during the dyeing process, further saving water consumption and enabling the dyeing of penetrate into the yarn, achieve the effect of less fading. The natural polymer and replaces the chemical agents commonly used in its original production process and reducing the water and energy consumption. Gucci unveiled the first recycled experiments. Its mushroom laser for the Hermes plans to launch the mushroom-based handbag. The laser-like material is made from the mycelium, which is renewable, feeds on natural resource, can be simply replicated in a lab. Except for the hardware and zippers, these eventually biodegrade. Last, the formation of green design, green production, green marketing, green consumption of sustainable development ecology, focusing on the formation and government industry green manufacturing system, breakthroughs in a number of key common technologies for the recycling of used garments and improve the level recycling clothing fibers. Construct a new high ground of the world fashion discourse, form a number of well-known brands and industrial clusters with global influence, leadership, and competitive, and build China's apparel industry into fashion powerhouse with global creation, contribution, and promotion. The depth of social responsibility of apparel industry and the initial construction of a sustainable fashion development system. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Professor Jin. It's very, very interesting. We not only know the traditional Chinese beauty, and we also know the modern beauty of modern elements. It's very interesting to listen to your presentations. Thank you so much. This webinar is finished. It's already 12 o'clock at night. So thank you for your participant and thank you for your attendance.
Minuto o 2 minutos sobre cuáles ven ustedes que es el futuro de la moda china en las nuevas generaciones, pero también cómo puede influir más la moda china en la moda occidental.
And we can feel the beauty of China and of the beauty. Thank you.
Cualquiera que pueda respondernos. Profesora tú, profesora Jean, si pueden.
那我简单的回答一下。
I briefly answer this question.
好的，您这个问题呢是我
For this question,
这个来思考的。
I considered this question for a long time. For China, we emphasize the confidence, the cultural confidence. For China's, as you can see from my presentation, for the design for Chinese, and the students' design come back to the elements of the China. So the culture influence each other. On the one hand, they want to reflect on their own concept and they emphasize their personality. They want to use their design and who the designer is and the designer who belongs to the designer and all the market for the Chinese market and they have the dream. They want to use their brand spread into the international market. If for the other consumers can wear their design clothes, they can, and from this appearance of the clothes, and they can see the Chinese elements, and more important, from the trend of the development, students will make the Chinese culture and the Chinese cultural core and the concept, put all these concepts into the design. Maybe it's at the first sight, they cannot realize it's the Chinese elements. And from the development of the clothes, they can realize and they can know what is the Chinese culture and Chinese spirit. And from the Chinese culture spread into the world, for the foreign consumers, they wear the Chinese elements clothes, and they can put the foreign consumers concept and put into their clothes. It's a trend for the different us and different consumers.
Muchas gracias, profesora Tu. Profesora Jean, si tiene algo que decir.
好，我也简单说一下啊，我觉得
I briefly introduced it.
洪老师啊和胡老师，杜老师啊都说的非常好，都是讲的中国元素。其实近
They
几
all
年
say the Chinese elements. In recent years, the Chinese elements is very prevalent in domestic and international, have a big influence for the Chinese designers. In the globalization, under the globalization, they want to build their design system and design concept. It's put the 5,000 years culture into the new design system, is to react the international trend. For the Chinese system, is gradually building a new design concept.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you so much.
Profesora Jean, ha sido muy interesante. Estamos muy contentos y voy a hablar lento para que
It's very interesting, and we are very happy to listen to
y al inglés
audio.
puedan traducir correctamente. Estamos muy contentos de este seminario que nos ha mostrado a los
Thank you for your
latinoamericanos
attending this
la moda china.
webinar.
Muchas veces conocemos la moda china tradicional.
Thank you for your
Hemos visto
attending.
solamente los trajes tradicionales chinos, incluso de las distintas etnias, pero poco se ve en América Latina la moda china actual, basada en la moda tradicional, pero también con la imaginación, con la tecnología y sobre todo pensando en la sostenibilidad, es decir, pensando en el día de hoy. Hoy ha sido realmente importante que los latinoamericanos hayamos podido conocer la moda china actual. Muchas gracias.
Thank
a
you
las
so much
profesoras
for
Gong,
all the professors,
Jin y
Professor
Tu,
Gong,
por
Professor
habernos
Jin, Professor
podido
Tu.
enseñar algo que es tan valioso. Esperamos que esto sea solo el inicio de un intercambio en la moda entre China y América Latina.
I look forward to the
Este
next
seminario
webinar.
está grabado para que puedan verlo
We look
otras
forward to the
personas
next
que
webinar.
por ocupaciones no lo pudieron ver y estará grabado en nuestro sitio y se les enviará a todos las personas que estuvieron con ustedes acá. También podremos contactarlos con algunos de los oyentes hoy día que han demostrado interés y que están haciendo trabajos sobre la moda china y les gustaría contactar a las profesoras. Ellos se pueden contactar directamente con nosotros y nosotros los pondremos en contacto con las profesoras. Muchas gracias y
Thank you
esperamos
so much.
verlos muy pronto en otro seminario de CLE
We
Oficina Regional para América
We look
Latina.
forward to the next seminar
Muchas gracias,
of the Latin
profesora
American Center.
Cristina. Muchas gracias.
Good evening, good night in China.
谢谢，谢谢
Thank you so much.